When I was in seventh grade, I asked my math teacher why I wasn't allowed to use my calculator to perform long division. The calculator was more accurate, it was faster, and it made the problem easier for me, so I liked it a lot more. Well, my teacher told me that I wouldn't always just have a calculator lying around to help me out with those types of problems, and that companies would actually hire me for my ability to do it without a calculator. Well, it turned out that none of that was true. You see, I'm in calculus now, and earlier today I was at the grocery store and I actually evaluated an integral on my phone. So, if companies aren't hiring based on our ability to perform long division without a calculator, for example, then what traits do they look for? You see, technology isn't changing the traits that companies want from their employees. What it's doing is it's changing how we approach problems. This matters to you a lot. Every person watching this presentation is either a student or has been a student. Undoubtedly, we seek to use our education to further our progress in our careers, which will entail changing our position at some point, most likely. And it's important for us to know what the workforce of the future looks like, even just 5 to 10 years from now, because our jobs could be on the line. So, in today's presentation, I'm going to talk about what has historically been the basis for evaluating employee performance. Then I'm going to get into how AI shakes up that evaluation. And then I'm going to talk about the new essential trait post AI influence. So, starting off with the level set, what is the norm right now for employee evaluation? Historically, there's been two major realms for employee evaluation. Number one, you've got your quantitative evaluations. Number two, you've got your qualitative. So we'll talk about what those are. Quantitative is numbers based. If I can associate a number with it, it's probably quantitative. An example is if I fix 100 planes and the other dude fixes 95 planes, the company likes me more because I fix 5 more planes than the other guy. I'm going to perhaps be considered a better employee or get a higher pay raise, bigger bonus, or whatever. That's a quantitative based assessment. Alternatively, a qualitative is anything you can't really associate a number to. Sure, I might have fixed 5 more planes than that other guy, but nobody wants to work with me because I'm the worst person to work with. Whereas that other dude is awesome. Everyone loves hanging out with him. And while you think, oh, that shouldn't matter, it should just be based on performance, well, you probably have a quantitative mindset behind how you think employee evaluations should be done. But what we find is, and this is point number 2, as AI enters the workforce, what we're finding is that we're actually shifting from a historically quantitative to now a qualitative evaluation basis for employees. Why is this? Well, I'm sure we've all seen the video about cars being produced on the assembly line. You see the car go down and the machines are all putting on pieces and out pops a perfectly produced car. What you find is that car after car, there's very little variation from one to the next. Microscopic, in fact. And what that tells us is machines are really good at doing the kind of things that produce numbers. Therefore, it doesn't make sense to evaluate your employees based on the things that you have bots doing. So this is why bots, AI in particular, are shifting employee performance from being that quantitative based eval into that qualitative, how we interact with each other and with customers. And that gets us to our third point, which is the emergence of emotional intelligence, or EQ. See, being efficient and being organized and being meticulous with your tasks, these have historically been great traits to have. And I have no doubt that they'll have some lingering value in the workforce of tomorrow. But the thing is, bots just simply do it better. So what bots can't do is that human-to-human interaction. Frankly, they're missing the humanness of it, right? They're bots. So the lingering trait that really emerges as being the most important for employees is emotional intelligence, the ability to make a connection with others. Because when you're an angry customer and you're at the counter and you just want to get your order fixed, if you're online, a bot can probably get it done. But if you're in person, they most certainly cannot. And this is what we're talking about, is the person at the counter. What are the traits that that person is evaluated based on? And that, my friends, is emotional intelligence. So in today's presentation, we covered 3 major points. Number 1, we talked about historical norms, quantitative versus qualitative. We talked about how AI shifts us from that quantitative into the qualitative realm, into the quality-based performance evals. And number 3, we talked about that emotional intelligence and how EQ emerges as the triumphant trait for employees to demonstrate in the workforce. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Please let me know what you thought down in the comments. I look forward to interacting with each of you. Thanks.